Hello everyone, and welcome to this new video tutorial for Maverick Render. In this video we will work on a classic cosmetics marketing image, a circular array of lipsticks. We will start here, with our subject sitting on top of a platform. Let's create a multi-clone modifier and drop it on the lipstick object group. This will automatically spawn an array of cloned instances. Let's disable depth of field for more precise visualization and hide the multi-clone gizmo. In the multi-clone attributes we will disable the y-axis and the z-axis to end up with a single row of instances. Now we will enable the polar option. The default radius is too large since our object is rather small, so we will find a more adequate value. Keep in mind that you can move the array either by moving the modifier itself or the source object. We will toggle the overlap option so the array is filled up, and then hide the source group accordingly. In the polar roll-up we may set an angle offset for each instance, but in this case it will be easier to set the total rotation angle. We will set a full 360-degree turn, and then increase the instances count. We arrived at this attractive presentation in no time. But let's continue enriching the scene. We will add some random rotation to the instances since subtle irregularity always boosts realism. The randomize attribute can be used to shuffle the random distribution. Now let's get a little more advanced with the multi-clone modifier. Say that we want some lipstick tips to rise taller than others. To this end we will select the top part and ungroup it out. By toggling the multi-clone modifier on and off we will see how the tips are no longer part of the array. Next let's clone the multi-clone modifier. The cloned modifier is bound to the lipstick group it comes from, so we will disconnect it up. Once disconnected, we will drop it on the tip object. As we can see the multi-clone is replicating the same array for the tips, but the position is offset. This is because the pivot of the tips and the pivot of the lipstick bases are not at the same position. We can visualize this by enabling the Move tool and selecting one object and then the other. Let's copy the group's pivot to the tip object for both arrays to exactly coincide. Now everything's positioned as it should. We will hide the source tip object because we're using the overlap feature. Now all that's left is to randomize the translation of the tips along the z-axis. We can try different randomize values and pick the one we like best. To bookend our image we will randomize the color of the tips a little bit to cover a range of shades. If we reveal the material we will see that it is an advanced plastic with some transmission and subsurface scattering. Let's pick the diffuse color and save it to the palette of swatches in the color editor. In the nodal editor we will create a color general map node and connect it to the material's diffuse, transmission and subsurface colors. By double-clicking the color general node we will reveal its attributes. We will retrieve the color we previously saved and then randomize the hue, saturation and lightness ranges without going too aggressive. We can now enable depth of field and enjoy this wonderful image that we just created thanks to the very powerful multi-clone feature. This is all for now. See you in the next video. Have fun rendering with Maverick.